Hi, welcome to the Intervention channel. I'm Steve Bruno. The subject of this video is, I'm calling it the wrong thing to do is nothing. Families are often paralyzed in fear. Fear of what if we fail? What if it doesn't work? What if he blows from treatment? What if he yells and screams and accuses us of betrayal? What if? I would submit to you that the thing you can predict with certainty is that doing nothing will change nothing. That not to move forward and not to do something about it is the wrong thing to do. To take action, and I'm not saying any action, I'm saying but to take well thought out, calculated, well-planned action is the right thing to do. I have seen families paralyzed in fear only to find out that when they begin an intervention, when they actually move forward and they do something about it, and they do something about it methodically, in other words, first determine, am I willing to help this person? If the answer is yes, okay. Am I willing to get them into a program where they can get better? Not come home and do counseling once a week. Most addicts who need an intervention are well beyond that point. They need to work on their lives 8 hours a day, 6 days a week for several months just to get to a good new starting place. So am I willing to get this person into a program? If the answer is yes, then the next step is to choose a program. You can watch my video, read my book. There's a chapter in there. There's a video here about choosing a program. Once that's done, then you get your team together, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm not going to, walk you through an entire intervention, but the important thing is to start. And what I was saying was, I can't tell you how many times I've seen families start only to find out that they get a result. They'll get a result right off the bat. In many cases, they get the result. In most cases, they get the result from doing some work and persevering. Perseus said, "He conquers who endures." And this is very true. Don't give it a half-assed try because somebody told you, well, an intervention should only take 2 days or something like that. Interventions take as long as they take. They are whatever action or set of actions are necessary to get the person from where they are into where they need to be, into the treatment program. Fear is something that I capitalized on when I was using. I would grind my mother or father into dust by pushing buttons on what I knew they were afraid of. I'll be homeless. I'll never go. I'll kill myself. Even addicts upon whom I'm conducting an intervention will often, they'll accuse their families of betrayal. How could you do this? How could you betray me? How could you go behind my back? Ironically, and put together this intervention. Well, I would have gone, blah, blah, blah. But all of those things have one common purpose, which is to avoid going to the program, right? Even when my family offered it to me, I didn't actually have anywhere to go. In particular, I was half living in a meth lab, half living with my girlfriend at the time, who was being evicted, and I was fighting it. I was fighting it because I was in a prison of drug addiction. It's no more complicated than that. I wanted one more bag, one more hit, one more bottle, one more this, one more that, one more shot, one more puff, one more, binge before I was going to do anything, but I was going to do something about it. And of course, this went on and 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 on. And that is the prison. That is the jail cell. That is addiction. And, my family bought into that again and again and again. Well, he's looking for a place. Well, you're looking for a place to go. Okay, well, that's good. Well, I'll send you a little more money for the car. I'll send you a little bit more money for this and that. I never fixed my freaking car. Or I'd have some friend do it, throw him, $20-30 and use the rest of the money for drugs. It was that simple. It's important to recognize that, and I was going to say it's important to recognize that the wrong thing to do is nothing. The right thing to do is to actually take ownership of what's happening, move forward regardless of your own fears, and do something different instead of doing the same thing again and again and again and again if you want to get a different result. a lot of families will not just stay paralyzed in fear, but they will do nothing and have all kinds of excuses of why they're doing nothing. Well, I went to an Al-Anon meeting, and the people there told me that I just have to wait, and it's up to him or her to come to us when he's ready. Are there addicts and alcoholics who will, quote, hit bottom or reach a point where they want out and will come to their family? Yes, there are those cases. Is there, however, an equal or greater number of cases where that will never happen, where the addict simply continues to use and use and use and use until either he dies spiritually and then maybe physically, if there's fentanyl and black tar heroin out there that's killing people literally in the tens of thousands, in the hundreds of thousands if you want to measure it yearly. And those are people for whom a bottom is death, a bottom is jail. So waiting around is, in my opinion, a cop-out in a sense. Although I do understand the reasoning behind it, that there is this apparent logic that you have to wait around for the person to be ready. But anybody who is committing transgressions and committing crimes and betraying the people that he loves is ready. Whether or not he admits that to his mother or father is a different story. So my advice is not to wait around. My advice is to take action. Don't listen to people who are telling you to do nothing but sit around and wait for the person to come around, because that may or may not happen. And you can't go back, If you lose the person you love, if they go off with a boyfriend or girlfriend and move away and they're living in God knows somewhere or God knows where, and they become homeless, you can't go back and say, God, we should have done something when we had the means. We could have done something when we had a connection with him or her. We should have done something before. Well, now is now. So take action now. The first thing you can do is to contact me. I offer free consultations. I consult in general terms, but if you wanted to talk to me about specifics, we can talk about how that would look. But whether it's me or anyone else, reach out. Talk to some people. Get advice from people who solve these kinds of situations or who work with people who solve these situations. Okay, well, that's it. If you'd like to buy my book, it's called More Than Hope. It's available on Amazon and Kindle. There is a lot more data in there about all of this, about all of the different subjects that you see here on the Intervention channel. Feel free to peruse and find some other subjects, educate yourself, illuminate yourself, but most of all, take action. Okay, thank you for visiting the Intervention channel. I'm Steve Bruno. Thanks for watching.